Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Donoran Monologue podcast. This is the final in our My WarCraft Experience series. Before we get started, as always, we do want to thank our longtime sponsor, longtime supporter of the show. She's been wonderful to us. Ashley Luann K. at the Minnesota Nurse on Instagram. That is all one word, all lowercase. Follow her. She has been super supportive. She's just been awesome to us, really. Guys, I want to talk about something that I really liked, that I feel like everyone else is scared to say they liked. I loved it. Adam liked it. Don liked it. Did Luke see it? Yeah, if not, we're going to show it to him. The WarCraft movie. I think the WarCraft movie was awesome. I really had a fun time watching that movie. Came out June 10th, 2016. It was part of the hype for Legion. Part of the reason I love Legion so much was we had all this hype leading up into it. I convinced my wife, because our anniversary is June 5th, I convinced my wife to make it our anniversary date to go see the WarCraft movie in theaters. And I had a blast, and she actually liked it. It had an actor she really likes. She really likes that Viking show on TV, and Travis Flimmel, the guy who plays Ragnar, the main character for most of that series, he actually plays Anduin Lothar in... Not to be confused with Anduin Wrynn. People always do that nowadays. Anduin Wrynn was named after Anduin Lothar. It's an incredible, really cool movie, man. Like, I really had a fun time watching this movie. It is not a tour de force. It is not high art. It is not the kind of movie where you will weep by the end. But it's cool, and the special effects are awesome. Like, at the beginning, they made a WarCraft dwarf look like it was in real life. That was the coolest part, was when Lothar was in Ironforge talking to that dwarf, and he walked up to him, and they're on the screen at the same time, and it's like, it looked real. It was cool. The only problem I had with it was the High Elves. I don't understand why they looked all sickly and stuff. I don't get it. I guess they were trying to hint at the magic addiction already. I don't know why they look like that. That was weird. But, and the orcs, my God, the orcs. The orcs just looked so cool. This was a basic summer blockbuster movie. It followed the story of the first war kind of well, but it changed it enough to where it could make a good movie. Like, we had Garona there. Because there had to be a love interest, and the love interest this time just happened to be a half-orc woman. It was cool. It was cool though. So there were some major changes to the story, but for the most part, this is just good old fun action adventure. A lot of cool little Easter eggs. You can actually see Chris Metzen's actually in the movie. He's in a bazaar at one point. That's super cool. When they're riding out to Goldshire, first off, Goldshire makes it into the movie, but as they're riding over, they ride over a bridge, and you see a Murloc pop up out of the river and go. Lots of little things like that. Gul'dan just looked awesome. Gul'dan, like the acting, the voice acting, everything about him was just great. One of the biggest changes was the character of Orgrim Doomhammer. Everything about Doomhammer was different. All of it. But he was really still cool to see in the movie, and the Doomhammer singing in the movie was cool. Man, it was just, it's like, a little interesting fact, when they're chanting "For the Horde," that was actually recorded at BlizzCon. At BlizzCon, they told them they were recording a line for a movie, and they said, we need everyone to scream "For the Horde." And everyone just went nuts screaming "For the Horde." So in the movie, when you hear "For the Horde," it's actually people from BlizzCon hollering it. That's this is back when Blizzard still appreciated their fans and wanted them to be a part of things. And I think Blizzard still does, but Blizzard is locked in the basement in a cage that Activision comes down and only lets them out when they want to beat it, because Activision's an evil organization. But I don't hate Activision this much. I'm kind of just feeling a lot of energy right now. And they did ruin Blizzard. But, guys, 2016 was just a great year for WoW. We got the WarCraft movie. We got Legion, which I think will go down in history as the greatest of the modern expansions. Beg your pardon. The Adam's house is dusty. It's pathetic. Can't take care of himself. But I mean, it had a cheesy summer movie romance in it, which a guy at work was criticizing this movie for, and I was like, that's unfair because all these summer movies have it. And like, I mean, come on. Another video game movie I actually like that everyone else hated. I'm hoping it showing up on Disney Plus will change it. I actually really like the Prince of Persia movie, but for now we're talking about the WarCraft movie, and the way it looked was just stunning. The changes it made, I think, were important that they made them because it still shocked longtime fans. Well, not shocked, but you were kind of like, didn't see that coming, and that was kind of neat. I remember the hypest I got for the movie, and I was because I actually played Horde through Legion. Adam was a undead warlock through Legion, and I was a blood elf pally. And so one of the things in the movie that really got me hype was when Thrall is born. He has a premature birth because his mother went through the dark portal, and Blackhand's mad. He's like, "You brought a pregnant woman in my warband," and he's like, because I guess he's like staunchly conservative and everything. He's like got the MAGA hat on. He's like, I hate women. And Gul'dan picks up Thrall, kills a deer, sucks the deer's soul in using fell magic and puts it in Thrall. And he turns around and he raises it up and he says, "Another warrior for the Horde." And they all start screaming and chanting and beating on their shields and stuff like that. Oh, it's awesome, guys. And I know this one is probably the podcast where I'm just gushing the most because there's really nothing technically to tell you that's great about this movie. It's not like no one's going to be watching this in film school being like, and the technique that Duncan Jones used on this particular scene with this particular shot, it symbolizes Durotan's refusal to accept the old ways, but at the same time, never venturing forth into the future. No one's going to do that with this movie. It's not something that's going to happen. We're going to be like, people that analyze this movie are going to be like pausing it, being like, "Man, this here's where the axe eats his chin just right." Like stuff like that. And that's way more fun. Like, in fact, going into this podcast, me and Adam were discussing Bloodsport, and growing up in the Midwest, that's how you appreciated movies, man, was how wicked cool it was. You didn't really, I didn't watch a movie critically until I think I was like 17. And I think that might have been Tombstone. So, and of course, I loved it for all the technical flaws the movie has. I loved it. And honestly, WarCraft, it was a box office success. Like it did well at the box office, mostly thanks to China, but it did well. I just don't understand. I don't understand why we're not getting the sequels, man. Like I would really like. They set up a great sequel. They set up a great one. Like the Stormwind still stood at the end of the movie, which of course in the end of the first game was absolutely decimated. Doomhammer destroyed it. But I don't know, man. I feel like we could have some great sequels out of this movie if they'd let us. I need to do more movies. I need to talk to you guys about more movies. You know? Would you like that, Adam? He says no, and he says we need to stick to video games. So sorry, guys. Join me in YouTube in the comments on hating Adam. Join the Discord. You can tell him right to his face how much he sucks on Discord. Or as a good friend of mine who's actually on our Discord, as he used to say, I looked that MF straight in the chat box, and I said, so guys, join the Discord. It's great. We actually have a movie discussion channel, despite Adam's refusal to talk about movies on our YouTube. And guys, please join the movie discussion. Talk about all sorts of movies. Force his hand. You don't know what it's like working with him. I'm miserable. It's awful. But guys, I strongly suggest the movie. Watch it. It's really fun. Don't go into it expecting a Kurosawa film, you know? Just go into it expecting a movie about Warcraft, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. As Dawn and Adam said when they first saw it, and I thought their take was interesting, it takes some risk that it didn't necessarily have to. And that's interesting. That's what was cool about this movie was, yeah, it didn't hide what Warcraft was. It didn't. You remember the Masters of the Universe movie? When you watched it as a kid, you were like, dude, I'm going to watch a He-Man movie. And it's absolutely not a He-Man movie. It has almost nothing to do with He-Man, and he's in it, but it has almost nothing to do. And he doesn't even use the sword of power. He uses a gun like half the movie, and it sucked. That's not going to happen in Warcraft. Like, this is pure Warcraft. It's excellent. It changes a lot of major things, but it still stays Warcraft. It's kind of like the MCU in that sense, except it's not like the MCU because I actually like the Warcraft movie. So, guys, if you like this, like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to comment. Bo, talk about movies more. Force his hand. And we got the Patreon link up. We got the merch link up. The new shirt is wicked. I love it. I can't wait for mine to come in. I ordered it the minute the link went up, and that was what, 2 days ago? From time of filming, so it'll be next week. So you guys ought to get your shirts much quicker than I'm even going to be getting it when you order. Most importantly, guys, get in on the Discord. It's awesome. We're having a lot of fun. And until I see you guys next time, stay safe.